All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Cub Camp and AOL Camp information meeting for all of our parents and our unit leaders coming up to Owaspie this summer. Before we get to introductions, I just kind of want to briefly explain how this meeting is going to work. We're going to go over some of the need to knows for our Scouts BSA. I'm sorry, we're in Scouts BSA mode right now, running summer camp at Owaspie. We're all at Owaspie. We're shifting gears tonight for Cub and AOL Camp. So the need to knows for Cub Camp and AOL Camp as well as some of the program details that you can find. So before we jump into that, I'd like to introduce our team here with us today and some of the folks who are out helping run program out at camp right now with us as well. Um, First, my name is Dalton DeVries. I'm the reservation director here this summer. This is my 11th summer or 12th summer. I've been working since 2015 on Owaspie camp staff. I happen to be joining as a reservation director this summer. I've been working with Joe and Kendall and Katie and these folks all summer, and I'm excited to say that we've got an amazing team lined up for you. Former Blackhawk director. Outside of scouting, I am a former Columbia part-time faculty member working with their student broadcast engineers. Currently have taken a further step to do broadcast engineering freelance, which allows me to do this as a summer job up here at Owaspie. So I'm very excited to be with you. I'm going to introduce my assistant reservation director of program, Alex.
Hi, everybody. I'm the assistant reservation director of program, as Dalton said. This is my 8th summer on a summer camp somewhere. First one at Owaspie, but it's a great one, especially with such a great team helping out. But yeah, outside of summer camp, I'm in school to be a high school history teacher. Yeah, like very brief introduction.
Happy to have you, Alex. Thank you. Moving over to our Camp Wolverine Zaxi team, who will be hosting Cub and AOL Camp for you later this summer. Leading up is our Wolverine director, Joe Vitti.
Good evening, everybody. As Dalton said, my name is Joe Vitti. I am the Wolverine director. This is my second year in that position. It's my 9th year on camp staff. The vast majority of those years was spent as an aquatics director. Outside of scouting, I am an instructor of lighting and sound technology at Illinois Wesleyan University. And I am very excited to be joining you guys for Cub Camp this year. I'm going to turn it over to our other leader in the room, Katie Hogan.
Hi, I am Katie Hogan. I'm the program director at Wolverine this year. This is my 6th summer on camp staff. I'm very excited for this amazing program. Outside of scouting, I am in school at Michigan State. I'm studying macro social work.
Thank you, Katie. We have 2 more members of our leadership team. They're out and about right now. But I wanted to make sure you knew who they were. Our first one is our assistant program director, Kendall Robinson. Kendall's job is to make sure everyone's having as much fun as possible. This is Kendall's 6th year on camp staff, most of that working on the program side, working in our STEAM area and handicraft. So you see Kendall around, say hi. He is here to make sure everyone has fun. To make sure everyone has all their needs taken care of is our commissioner, Michael. This is Michael's 5th year on camp staff. Michael is a student of math education at Illinois State University. And he was previously our OA commissioner. And he is highly involved in the Order of the Arrow and is a Vigil Honor member. So Michael will take care of any of your campsite needs or any other needs you have during the week. And that is our team.
All right. So all the information we're going to go over tonight is available online via our camping resources page. So if you visit the PTAC website, camping resources page has all of the links to everything we're going to talk about, some help guides, as well as our program guide and our unit guide for the Cub and AOL programs. If you've been doing this with us before, there are some things that are the same. So you're going to hear a little bit of repeat information, but we do encourage you to stick around because there is some things that are different. One of those big things is the way that we're running our AOL program this summer. So if you're new to AOL camp or have ever done it before, we do encourage you to stick around to hear some of those program details. And they are also listed in those program guides. So just putting that on your mind now. Starting off, we're going to talk about our least favorite thing of all, paperwork. We all want to get to camping as quickly as possible. We don't want to do paperwork, but it is very important to get us up on the right foot to get ready for camp. We've got kind of 2 governing bodies that require us to do paperwork in Michigan. We've got the state of Michigan and we've got Scouting America. Both of those require their own forms. Some of them are a little bit repetitive because they both need the same type of forms. So we understand that it can be kind of confusing and complicated. So we want to clarify that as much as we can for you tonight. If you have any questions, Alex is monitoring the chat, so he might answer them via the chat or we'll address them here in person. So starting with paperwork, do you want to start?
Yep. So we have a couple paperworks that need to be hit. and when you come up to campus to make sure that everyone is safe and good to go. So all adults 21 years of age or older have to submit to their home state's central registry check. So basically what that is a verification from your home state that you are not on a child abuse or neglect watch list. Pretty simple. I would recommend that you submit the form as soon as possible. The form can be found on our camping resources page. I would recommend submitting the form as soon as possible because it does take some time. So different states do it differently. Michigan and Indiana will provide you a receipt. Illinois will not. So just follow your state's instruction for how to take care of that. That is a state of Michigan requirement that we verify that you are not on a watch list. In addition, we have a rules and reference form that requires you to have 3 adult references to say that you are a solid individual of good character. And also a couple camp rules that we need you to agree to and abide by. So that's a separate form. That's the Michigan rules and reference form. Please make sure you have that filled out and submit it. We also, as part of your time of the scouting movement, you will receive a criminal background check that's already been done as a member of scouting. But just know that we also have to make sure that that happens. And then we will talk more about this when you get to camp. But just a reminder, all medication needs to be brought to camp in its original container with the prescribed E on it. And we need to log medication as administered at camp. That's a state requirement that we have to meet. So just putting that in the back of your mind, make sure all your medicine bottles had the person who's supposed to be using that bottle, that name on it.
So that means if you've got a pill organizer that's Monday through Friday, you're welcome to use that. You just need the original bottle in the same baggie as those pills. And yeah, that needs to be locked up with a unit later while they're here. Moving on to the second half of this, which is our BSA, our Scouting America, and OWASP specific paperwork.
So there's 2 different ways to register for Cub Camp. You can register as part of a pack, right, where your pack's coming up, or you can register as an individual if you and your Cub Scout. So we're going to talk about 2 different ways to make sure your paperwork is done. As part of our membership in Scouting America, every single adult on our property staying overnight needs to be a member of the Scouting movement, member of Scouting America. That is a national requirement. So you need to be an adult member of your pack or of a troop to be here. So we need proof of that. There's 2 different ways to demonstrate proof. If you're coming up as a pack, there is a report you can pull off of Scoutbook that show it. It's called this Safeguarding Youth Report. And it'll show that you're both a member of the scouting movement as well as that you've completed your safeguarding youth training, formerly known as youth protection. If you're coming up as just you and your kid, right? You and your Cub Scout, you can just bring your youth protection or safeguarding youth certificate. That works as well. We just need one of those to demonstrate that you are both a member of Scouting America and also that you've completed youth protection. Every single adult that is here must complete those 2 things. They must be a member of a pack or a troop or some sort of unit, and they must have completed youth protection, and that must be a valid youth protection certificate. You can talk to your pack leader if there's any questions about that. They know all the information about that. In addition, every single person coming needs to have a Scouting America medical form, parts A and B. The part A is a waiver, right? Part B is your medical history. You fill that out yourself. Because this is a Cub Scout camp and we're not operating longer than 72 hours, you do not need to provide a part C. So just your part A, part B, and your insurance card copied and stapled to that. Every single person coming needs to have a medical form. If you require a special diet, that diet form will be submitted online. You can find that link on our camping resources page again. Please get that in as quickly as possible so we can make sure we can accommodate your special dietary needs to the best of our abilities.
So with this paperwork, with the state of Michigan paperwork and the Scouts BSA and OSR paperwork, this is a lot to keep track of. We do want to help provide you an opportunity to get some of this sorted out before you arrive at camp to give you the smoothest check-in possible. So some of these items like proof of youth protection training, special dietary needs form, a unit roster, central registry clearance check, rules and reference form can all be submitted online. So Alex is going to drop in the chat and on the camping resources page, we're going to upload a Google Drive form or a Google form where you can submit a document to us for each of these items, so that when you arrive at camp, we can just pull those items up and verify that you're good to go. The only thing that we can't accept through Google Forms via the Drive is that medication log, that medical log A and B. There's not a space for you to upload it. We will need a physical copy of that in person, so keep that in mind. If you need a photocopy, we also, because of the state of Michigan, cannot return those to you at the end of your stay. So I recommend you make some photocopies of your medical form, bring one of them up with you in person. Alex is dropping a link in the chat for that Google form, and it's going to be on the camping resources page here shortly. So that's it for paperwork. Once you've completed all of that, once you've submitted your form, you're going to arrive at camp. So we're going to talk about that part next.
Yep. So when you come to camp, you're going to head directly into Wolverine. As you come down Russell Road, you'll see the Camp Wolverine Zaxby Gate. Turn there and follow the signs into camp. You're going to be headed to the South Lodge. So if you've been up here as a camper with our Scouts BSA camp, this is the other lodge, not the one you went to when you went to Scouts. You'll be going to the South Lodge. If you're coming as a pack, we ask that you all check in together, and then you communicate with the rest of the pack to make sure you all check in together. We ask if you're coming as just you and your scout, that's okay. But if you're coming as a pack, we ask you check in together. We'll go ahead and check your adult paperwork in the South Lodge. Make sure you're all checked in and ready to go. You'll then proceed to the dining tent, and you'll do your medical check, and you can check out equipment there if you need tents or cots or anything. You'll be sent to your assigned campsite to set up, and then we will meet back up for dinner, our leaders meeting, and then our fireball. We ask that you try to arrive at camp by no later than 4:30. That gives you enough time to get set up and make it to dinner, enough time to check in. So once again, make sure you come by 4:30 if possible. That's really important to make sure you have enough time to set up, and that staff are there to help you set up. So we want to make our check-in as smoothly as possible, right? We want to put what's important, which is having fun with your scouts. We want to make sure we can get to that as quickly as possible. So. Thank you, Dalton. So we will, if you'd like them, we will provide dome tents and cots. You are more than welcome to bring your own tenting supplies. Bring your own tent, bring your own hammock, bring your own whatever you want to sleep in for your outing. We do have tents and cots available if necessary. And there will be staff in your campsite to help you set up if so needed. So feel free to bring whatever you're most comfortable in, as long as that is a tent or other tent-like device. Meal service will begin at dinner at your first night, and will end at breakfast on your last day here. We have a food service vendor, and we work close with them to make sure we can deliver the best possible food service that we can. Know that this is a dining hall style service, right? You receive a plate, everyone eats, and then we get seconds if they're available. There's a salad bar available. We want to make sure that people that have special dietary needs have those met again. So once again, please turn in that form. You do not need to bring any sort of cooking or eating equipment to your campsite. If you do plan on cooking your campsite, an extra meal or something around the fire, that's totally fine. But in our dining tent, we provide all the flatware and silverware and cups that you will need. You'll be sharing your campsite with some other packs, right? We try to distribute people to make sure that you're camping with your pack, that we efficiently use our sites. There is a bathroom facility, a Kaibo, in a campsite or shared between two campsites. Those have, believe it or not, flush toilets. You heard that right? Yes, there's flush toilets here at Owasso, as well as showers in the sites. So those are available if obviously you will need them. And those, let us know if there's any needs with there. There is no electricity in any site in Wolverine. If you have a medical need for electricity, let us know. We can accommodate battery charging and whatnot. But there is no electricity in any site in Wolverine. The garbage will be picked up from the cans outside your site. We'll talk a little bit more about that when you get here. And then internet is available for unit leaders. We'll once again talk about that. We ask that when you get here and you park your vehicle, it stays parked for the duration of camp. If you've got a medical need, we can talk about that when you get here. We can try and accommodate that to the best of our ability. We ask that your cars would get parked in the parking lot. and that we keep our roads open. If we ask you to move your car, it's not because we don't love your car. We just got to make sure we can move around our camp. We've got a lot of large trucks coming through the camp, as well as emergency vehicles. So we want to make sure that we can keep our roads open and the camp running efficiently. There is some room available if you need to work at camp. The internet can be used. I would not rely on it for coordinating a launch to the moon or anything. But if you need to send a couple emails or make a phone call, we can help with that. And we also can help with any sort of medical care that you need. We'll talk more about that when you get here. But we do have EMTs on staff to help with sort of medical needs, and helping you assess primarily helping you assess whether or not we need to seek further medical care. Hopefully we don't need that. Hopefully everyone will have a fun and healthy time at camp. If you are choosing to leave us early, or you're camping as a pack and a parent is coming up to take their scout early, there is an early release form that has to be filled out and submitted before that early release happens. That's a state of Michigan requirement. I have to sign it. You have to sign it. The scout has to draw a picture on one side. But we need to make sure that's done. This we know where everyone is.
And that covers a lot of our housekeeping items. Alex, any questions in the chat or anything to address? All right. Moving on then to some of our more entertaining and fun items that your campers can look forward to this summer, starting with our trading post. So up at Owaspee, we've got sub-camp trading posts that include things like candy and snacks and sodas, healthy options as well, diet options as well. There are, things that campers can buy if they have their tote and shit, versus if they don't have their tote and shit. So that should be coordinated through their unit leader or through their parent when they get there, what those expectations are. Do you want your scouts eating chocolate bars or whatnot? And setting those expectations with their camper will be something crucial that you should do before you arrive, or at least before they see it all on the shelves and get excited. Additionally, we sell something called the Owasa Pack. This is a drawstring backpack full of goodies. It includes things like various treats, some coupons for the trading post for slushies and ice cream, as well as a fun beach ball, which we've got one of these over here. Every year we get it. We have a different Owaspee toy in there, playing cards, a variety of items all come in this care package, including, which I think is exciting, a note from home. So when you sign up for an Owaspee care package, you have the opportunity to write, "Hey, it's Mom, I'm missing you. I hope you're having a great time at camp." And whatever you write, we will include in there as a letter for your scout to receive while they're here at camp. So that is available before your summer starts. That is on the camping resources page. You can buy those at any time, and they'll be available for your campers when they show up. Additionally, a common question is, how much money should my scout have? Well, we've got things ranging from 5 cents to $50. Obviously we've got a price point for everybody, whether it's somebody trying to buy a cowtail or somebody trying to buy a nice quarter zip that they can wear to their corporate office. There's a little bit of everything. We take cash, card. Yeah. If you have any questions on Trading Post, happy to answer those for you. I'm going to pass it off to Katie with more information on the specifics of program itself.
All righty. So for the program, we are going to first talk through the Cub program, and then we'll talk separately about the Arrow of Light program. So every day, scouts will start with flags, and then from there, there'll be 4 different rotations, and they'll be split into dens with people that are similar in age. These will be 45-minute rotations, and there'll be 15 minutes in between stations. There's also open programming every afternoon from 3 to 5. There's also adventure or high adventure opportunities like climbing that we'll throw in there as well. Evening program, we have a separate program each night that are incredible themes. So our theme this year is Incredibles. So we're very excited for that. And then we'll end our day with flags. Obviously, we'll have meals in between, and then we will have Fireball. The 4 areas that the scouts will be going to is Scoutcraft, the pool, ranges and targets, and EcoCom. So there certainly is something for everyone. And as a reminder too, we're not going super into depth into the program specifics, but they are available online in the Leader's Guide. We really do want you guys to have a very broad experience here. And so we try to do that by offering different experiences over advancement. So there'll be opportunities for both, but the experience is truly there.
When it comes to measuring rank advancement, that is something that we have a guide for, right? So we'll have a list of everything that their scout has an opportunity to earn while they're here. But we will be relying on unit leaders and parents and things to keep track of exactly what your scout participates in as well.
Yes.
So those things will be handed out, those paper resources, those schedules and everything will be handed out when your campers arrive.
Correct. Yep. And then we're going to talk about the Arrow of Light program a bit here. This is where we're really excited for this program because it is new this year and it's unique to Ossipee. We are doing a trek style program. And so with the goal of this is that there are still 4 different locations that they'll go to. And those are being Flintlock, the pool, Turtle Valley, and the bog. So Turtle Valley and the bog are unique because we don't really get to go there often with groups. And so with this, there'll be 2 stations per day that you'll go to, and then you'll be there for 2 hours each. So it's really an immersive experience. And then there'll be a little over an hour for trek time in between. I will say the longest distance that we have between the areas is just over a mile. So even though we say it's a trek style, don't be super scared about it. It's not a super big distance, but it is something to be aware of that we got to have good hiking shoes because we will be walking. In addition, kind of similar to the Cubs, there will still be the open program time in the afternoon. So if you're still wanting to take a boat out or you're wanting to hit the ranges up, you can do that. And then there will also be the opportunity to go to the same evening program as the rest of everybody else.
Yeah, and I think the thing to really note here that might be different than when we've done this in previous years is the morning is very structured, right? So if you're coming to breakfast and you need to peel away for X, Y, or Z, that's gonna be harder to do because we're gonna have these groups stick together and head off of the main Wolverine campus for Turtle Valley and the bogs. To provide a more elevated program, we are asking for folks to kind of commit with us and stick with the group to do that. Whereas I think in the more traditional sense, you have got a little bit more flexibility in the morning. We are all traveling as a group in the morning and then splitting off in the afternoon to do individual programs.
And then the additional thing that's different here is how lunch will work. And so with these locations, you will eat lunch at the first location you're at per day. So the time is allotted in there, and there's also like facilities that use the bathroom and stuff in between. But just know that we will be out and about for most of the day.
Yeah, I think our goal is to give scouts the most advanced program we possibly can and to have as much time in those areas as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really looking forward to the new AOL format. Great.
Sweet. Do you have anything else to add, Joe?
Yeah, we're really excited. Once again to give kind of a capstone experience to their time in Cub Scouts. And we believe we're the only person in the country offering this sort of elevated AOL program. So we're really excited to have you guys come and join us for it.
So if you're attending session 1, that is Cubs and AOLs together.
Yep.
So you're going to have Cub program and AOL program at the same time. And if you're attending session 2, that's specifically dedicated to this AOL program. So you'll see this kind of in both sessions. Good.
Yep.
All right. Moving on again, just reiterating that all of this is available on the camping resources page. Like Katie mentioned, the specific requirements, the specifics of where these areas are, and the descriptions of these areas and what those rotations might look like are all written in our program guide. So if you're eager to look at all of that, please share that with your unit, share that with your campers here at pathwaytoadventure.org/camping resources. All that paperwork we mentioned is available on the camping resources page, as well as the form we're asking you to fill out. So we've kind of got 3 sections we went over here today. The first was paperwork, the second was how check-in works, and the third is the specific programs that we're offering. We're going to kind of open the floor to anybody with questions from here. We're going to give you a few minutes to type anything in the chat, and we'll address it kind of as questions pop up.
Anne put one in there already. She said, "I'm playing with my 2 boys by myself. One is a wolf and the other is AOL. Will we be able to do programming together?"
We were anticipating this. I know that there is always a need for different cub ages to kind of be paired up together, be buddies. In previous years during Cub program, our Cub program, this has been more straightforward, right? Because you can easily just buddy up, and what ends up happening is that either your younger scout is going to be paired up with an older scout doing more older scout program, or your older scout's going to end up being paired up and doing a younger scout program. So can they participate together? Absolutely. They're more than welcome to, but one of them isn't getting the experience that's curated like for their age group. So the debate is, do you want them to be with youth their own age or with their family as a group? We've seen both happen at camp. We're welcome to have you participate in either way. And we know that have successfully done that for campers in the past. So that's kind of the long answer.
Something to think about and probably talk with the scouts about, see what they want to do.
Yeah. But good question. Thank you for addressing that.
Chris, so I missed the med log discussion. Can you go over that one more time, please? Thanks.
So the medication log is something that we're required to do. It basically is a large sheet of paper. You're able to list each scout. So Johnny Scout is supposed to take AM medication. Here's what it is. And then you mark, me as the leader, Dalton DeVries. You can initial that box that says Johnny Scout took his medication in the AM as intended. That's then collected at the end of your session camping with us, just so that we can show to the state of Michigan that, look, we are doing this in the way that you have asked us to. The other piece of that equation is the way that medication is stored in camp. So if you got a youth, Johnny Scout takes medication at home, that needs to either be with their parent or with a single unit leader, if they're up there as a unit, in a location that's locked away from, so that could be something like a tackle box. And then that unit leader can be responsible for all of the youth medication while they're up at camp. I would encourage you to talk to your parents, if you're coming up as a unit, to make sure that all of that can be squared away appropriately, so those scouts are getting what they need when they need it. And then if you have pill organizers instead of original bottles, the state of Michigan still requires those original bottles to be present with that pill organizer as well, just so it's clear that this scout's name is associated with this medication, and it's all very straightforward. We recommend a gallon Ziploc bag. You write the name on it, you toss it in the tackle box, and you're kind of good to go. That would be kind of the smoothest operation for you and your medical medication, I guess. Okay.
Sorry. I'm confused. Are you overlaying the AOL Trek program with the regular Cub program during the all rank session?
Yeah, so we will be having both at the same time, right? So the AOLs, during our first half of the week, the AOLs will be going in the Trek program at the same time that the Cub Scout typical round robin rotation program is occurring.
So both programs are running simultaneously.
And then first timer here, is there any uniform requirements or general camp hike ready gear?
Yeah, so there's a couple important things we have to remember to have. All scouts participating all people participating in the program, scouts or adults, need to be properly attired when moving around camp. That is closed-toed shoes, no flip-flops, closed-toed shoes, pants, and a shirt. People need to be wearing pants and need to be wearing a shirt when they're walking around camp. Obviously, these rules are a little bit more flexible when you're in the pool, in the shower, in your tent. But when you're outside that, you need to be wearing closed-toed shoes, pants, and a shirt. If you have a scout uniform, we'll be doing flags every day. Almost all people choose to wear the field uniform, the uniform we're all wearing right now, to flags and to meals. If you have that, please bring it. Other than that, just making sure that people are properly attired for the activities they are participating in. You can also wear shorts, yes. Just some sort of bottom half covering, please. It happens every week. We have to ask some excited scout to put on pants so they come running out of the pool and going to the training post without pants on. So please make sure that all your scouts are wearing something on the bottom half.
Any other questions?
At the moment, no.
Okay, we'll give it one more minute. Feel free to put anything else in the chat, and we'd be happy to address it. If you have any questions that you come up with after this meeting, emailing that camping resources, the ptac.camping@scouting.org email is the best way to get those questions answered. My name is Dalton DeVries. Dalton.devries@scouting.org also works as well, and I could pass your questions along to this team here. Nothing? All right.
A lot of people saying thank you. All good.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate you hopping on tonight. We're going to share this video on the camping resources page as well as our social media and email it out afterwards. So if you have other unit leaders who need to hear this information or parents that you want to hear this information, you will be able to share this link alongside all the other resources you've been sharing with them. We appreciate you hopping on. We really look forward to Cub Camp. We've been planning this for a while, and we'll see you very soon. Feel free to trickle on out. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, we will end the meeting as soon as everyone's gone.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you, Cam.
Thank you.